for the fans, welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
From the city that brought us Mary Poppins, Sherlock Holmes, and the Spice Girls, where royalty lives, nestled on the bank of the River Thames, it's London, England. And while the city remains an ocean away, the action will be up close and personal as the Louisiana Revolution have journeyed across the Atlantic to take on the London Knights. This is the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music, coming to you live on For the Fans. My name is Josh Circle, delivering the play-by-play for tonight's matchup. And joining me in the booth is Aaron Alexander. And Aaron, this is one of the most anticipated matchups, not only this weekend, but for all of season 17, as London quarterback Johnny Pickler prepares to face Louisiana, his former team. And we'll get to that, Aaron. But what do you like about this matchup as a whole? What else do you expect to see between these teams tonight?
Honestly, I think it's going to be more of a defensive battle between London and Louisiana. Both these teams tend to be more long pass heavy, so we could see potentially a lot of interceptions thrown between both Pickler and the rookie that Louisiana picked up as his replacement in Tommy Utah. It's definitely going to be an exciting game here in London, Josh.
Absolutely, and while both staffs, both teams, the Revolution and Knights, both were making the SFL media rounds, things were cordial, they were collegial, but there were a couple shots thrown in there as well. Chad Rowland, the London head coach, said that he thought he could see some weaknesses in that Louisiana defense. Ross Napoli, the Revolution GM, meanwhile, said that he expects a handful of picks from Johnny Pickler, no less than 3 or 4. And the talk is over. It is time to play football. Louisiana will kick off first. They're wearing all white from head to toe. London, appropriately enough, wearing all black from head to toe. And we are underway here in the United Kingdom. London will take this at their own goal line. That is Saren Storm on the return. And Storm will get this out to the 22-yard line. And let's meet the London offense. The quarterback is Johnny Pickler, the fourth-year pro. First year in London. Robert Merrill, the halfback. The wide receivers are Mike St. Green, Saren Storm, and Vin Calia. The tight end is Benji Matson. And the guards, Perrin Ibarra and Butch Menor. And Johnny Pickler. If you love football drama in all its forms, this is the quarterback for you. He'll start under center on 1st and 10 in the pro set. Throw it over the middle, and that is complete to Mike St. Green. No, excuse me, that is Calia, his first catch of the game. Right down the left sideline, and London already going to work early, Aaron.
Yeah, like I said, London, under Johnny Pickler, really likes this deep ball. Vin Calia, proven to be one of the more favorite targets of Johnny Pickler this season, at least as far as that deep ball goes. Currently an average of 16 yards per catch for Calia.
6 DBs for Louisiana. Pickler completes another one, and that is Mike St. Green with his first catch of the evening. And that's another first down for the Knights.
Yeah, Mike St. Green coming over from Jacksonville has thrived with London so far this season. He's looked honestly incredible since moving over from the Kings.
74 targets for St. Green. That is 4th best in the entire league. Pickler in the shotgun on 1st and 10. 4-man rush. Pickler over the middle. That is complete to Calia again. And Calia is inside the 10-yard line. London with 3 quick strikes right out of the gate. And they're on the cusp of 1st and goal.
Yeah, London executing their game plan pretty much flawlessly so far. It's long, quick attacks for London here going into play number 4 on this drive so far. 3 plays for 68 yards and just 10 yards to go before pay dirt.
And now Royal Wellman, the fullback, checks in for London. Pickler still throwing, though. St. Green open on the right flat. And it's going to get out of bounds. They are going to call this 2nd and goal at the 6.
Yeah, just a bit more of a possession game now for London as they're in the Louisiana red zone. They are quick to get here, but once they're here, they definitely want to try and take a bit more time off the clock as we get a pick there of the safety, Doug Day.
Wellman will stay in. Robert Merrill, the halfback, has yet to touch the ball on this drive. Pickler will throw again, this time over the middle. Intended for Calia, that is incomplete. Mike Ryan, the second-year free safety, in on the coverage. Let's meet the Louisiana Revolution defense. On the defensive front, Leonard Butler Sr., Chance Wall, Luther Gond, and Derek Genko. The linebackers, Chuck Diesel and Brian Craven. And in the secondary, Evan Arthur, Roloman Hood, Tank Bennett, Mike Ryan, and Doug Day. And that defensive unit's going to buckle up here for 3rd and goal. 5 defensive backs on the field for Louisiana. London still staying in that 2-back set. 3 wideouts on the field for the Knights. Pickler throwing again to Kelly. He cannot turn upfield. He's going to be short of the goal line. His 3rd catch of the evening. But it's just a day late and a dollar short, Aaron. They're going to have to kick a field goal.
Yeah, and that's honestly unfortunate for London. Calia definitely in a position to turn that ball upfield and cross the goal line. Unfortunately, just a bit too much momentum toward the sideline, and London's going to have to settle for 3 off of the boot of Peter McLongfellow.
McLongfellow, not what you would call a big money kicker, but he gets the job done and does so there. London on the board first, and they make good on their first drive, Aaron. It's 3-0.
Yeah, very, very quick drive here for London. Less than 3 minutes off the clock. In fact, check that at 2 minutes and 2 seconds for London on that drive. And Louisiana now with a chance to try and prove their worth here at Queens Way.
We did not see a single run on that drive. 6 attempts, 6 plays, all passes, excuse me. And now Louisiana, Mike Twinscrew for the Revolution is going to get this out to the 28-yard line. And while we have a second, let's meet the Revolution offense. Tommy Utah is the rookie quarterback. Reggie Streeter, the season 15 MVP at halfback. The wide receivers are B.E. Robo, Mike Twinscrew, and Chase Earl. The tight end is Garrison Blue, and fullback Cameron Collier. And the kicker is Otis Boudreau. Heavy set for the Revolution on 1st and 10. There is Reggie Streeter turning upfield and very close to first down yardage on a nice catch and run to open the festivities for Louisiana, Aaron.
Yeah, and Reggie Streeter, one of the premier backs here in the SFL, hasn't really been utilized as much this season by Louisiana. Of course, on this short second one, we may see the first run of the ball game here by either of these teams.
He wasn't utilized much last week. We'll get to that in a second. Streeter again has a first down and more up the middle, and the umpire gets in Streeter's way. And Reggie Streeter trying to avoid the umpire, who may have unintentionally made a touchdown-saving move against the season 15 MVP.
The referee totally just saved a touchdown for London.
That is unbelievable.
I guess the black of the ref's uniform threw him off and thought it was another London defender. That's not something you typically see out of Reggie Streeter. Oh boy.
I can't remember the last time I've ever seen a player, especially a ball carrier, try and get out of the way of an official to the detriment of possibly putting up points on the board. That is mind-blowing. And what a tough break again for Louisiana, who's had more than their share of tough breaks this season, starting 0-3, was leading Charleston in week 2 and had that Tate Bennett injury late in the game. Charleston came back to win that game. Streeter again on 2nd and down. And continuing that thought, they grounded out wins at home against Lone Star and DC. And then last week, Reggie Streeter got injured on the 2nd carry of the game, finished with 0 yards. And Louisiana came up just short against Atlanta on the road in that game as well. And now here in London, Reggie Streeter trying to employ some British sensibilities. Tries to dodge the umpire. Mike Twinscrew making a catch for a first down. And Louisiana, adversity aside, continuing to drive here, Aaron, in their opening drive of the game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, of course, that Reggie Streeter wasn't able to get into that end zone on that run because of that little mix-up with the referee. But Louisiana, at least so far, this drive seems to have taken it in stride, as now Louisiana sets up deep in London territory.
And now Louisiana going to the two-back set. That pass caught. And that is Chase Earl, his first catch of the game. Fair yardage on first down, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Chase Earl has been the volume guy this season for Louisiana. 41 catches on 51 targets, good for first on the team. The 41 receptions, good for 21st in the league as of current.
And had 12 catches last week for a $187. Streeter on the right side here on 2nd down, so close to the sticks. He's going to be down just short. They're going to call it 3rd and inches. And I think Streeter might be taking the ball here again in just a second, Aaron.
That's definitely possible. We could also see them give the ball to Cameron Collier, the fullback coming over from Lone Star in the offseason. Very manageable 3rd down situation here, though. We do see Collier get the ball.
Collier does get the call. Aaron Alexander looks into that crystal ball and probably already knew that Cam Collier would get the first down for Louisiana. They're down to the 15, officially in the red zone.
Yeah, and Louisiana has, like I said, taken this drive in stride despite the mix-up earlier from Reggie Streeter. They'll give it to him again. He's only going to get a yard, though. Tackle made by number 92, Jeff Gagne.
And let's meet the rest of the London Knights defense. At the defensive front, Chad Rowland, William Davidson, Cam Frosby, the Snowman, and Selwyn Lane. The linebackers are Jeff Gagne, Kelly Mack Scarborough, and Tony Roberto. And in the secondary, Brandon Ewing, Emmanuel Blackman, Anthony Wayo, Rain Rie, and Tanner Hendricks. And Collier will stay in the game on 2nd and 9. Short drop for Utah. And that catch is made by Garrison Blue, the tight end, who's going to make this a 3rd and medium.
And Garrison Blue there getting his first catch of the game. He's pretty much the Vin Clea of this team in terms of production. He's definitely more of the long ball guy here for Louisiana, but he gets a nice short yard one there, and that's going to be a sack by the Frostman himself, Cam Frosby, and Louisiana's going to be forced to kick a field goal here.
London coming up huge on 3rd down. You get the replay here, Aaron.
Yeah, the guard there just lets up the block on Frosby, and Utah doesn't really have any time to do anything with that ball. And Boudreaux's going to come out to kick this one away.
Otis Boudreaux, 13 of 16 on the season. His 3rd year in the league, his 1st year with the Revolution. This will be a 30-yard attempt. It's up and it's good. And just like that, Aaron, we are knotted at 3 apiece here late in the 1st.
Yeah, Louisiana, though, took a lot more time and a couple more plays in order to get to this point. That one roughly about 6 minutes off of the clock there for the Revolution on that drive. As Louisiana's going to look to try and stop London again here.
If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. And Johnny Pickler putting the air in air attack on that first drive. 6 plays all through the air. Robert Merrill in the backfield by his lonesome. He has not touched the ball yet this evening. And Pickler will throw again on first down to the right side. That is caught. And just like that, the London machine keeps on rolling. And that is number 11 for London.
Yeah, that's going to be...
That is Armite Chifonte. And Chifonte with his first catch of the game. Backup wide receiver. And Johnny Pickler might be throwing to the hot dog vendor and the towel boy toward the end of the first half here.
I mean, it is what it is. You let your guys run long all game. They get tired eventually. You got to put the backups in at some point. Give your stars a rest.
5 DBs for Louisiana. And there is Robert Merrill. First catch, first down. Nice little move there. to elude capture and manages the necessary yardage to move the chains for London. Very nice first touch for Merrill.
Yeah, and Merrill this season has definitely been more of a receiving back for London this season. Still a very, very capable running back in his own right, but definitely more used as a fifth or sixth receiving option here.
Pickler on first down now. Throwing over the middle. Big money. And it's complete to St. Green. And it's a foot race between him and Mike Ryan to the end zone. 10-5, touchdown. Another huge strike from Johnny Pickler. And London has the first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate there for Louisiana. Mike St. Green, a very capable receiver, great route runner, just gets behind the coverage, and it's just all Pickler has to do is just get the ball into his hands. And unfortunately, neither Mike Ryan nor Brian Craven able to really get to St. Green before he's into the end zone, as London, again, only 50 seconds, I believe, on that drive, and they're in the end zone.
A very, very short drive, almost as short as it could have been. 3 plays, 76 yards, culminating with a 63-yard catch and run by Mike St. Green from Johnny Pickler. And now comes Longfellow for the extra point, and that is good. And just like that, London has a 7-point lead over Johnny Pickler's former team. It's 10-3.
Yep, and this admittedly isn't what you want to see if you're Louisiana, but it's still relatively early here in this game. Louisiana does have time to strike back. We'll see if they're able to do that, though, on this upcoming drive, as McLongfellow is going to kick it away.
Louisiana from the 12. Twin screw again. A nice yardage on the return there, partly from the short kick. The twin screw gets us out to the 32. Visit the SFL League website at simulationfl.net for info on how to create a player, to join our community, the leagues and the teams that play in it, and a comprehensive history of the SFL, 1,500 games, and thousands of players who have hit the virtual field. The Simulation Football League, 17 seasons strong. And now Tommy Utah will throw on 1st and 10, and that is complete to number 12, Chase Earl. And Chase Earl has first down yardage right out of the gate.
Yeah, just a really strong start to this drive for Louisiana, getting it into the hands of Chase Earl, who's able to just stretch that ball past the first down marker. And Louisiana is on a swift approach to London territory.
And you mentioned earlier, Aaron, what a security blanket Earl has been for the rookie quarterback. His 41 catches entering this game led the team, and now 3 wide receivers for Utah. Nickel look for London. Utah to the right side this time, and that is going to be incomplete. They're saying Garrison Blue was out of bounds. I thought that was a good call. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was actually B.E. Robo there on the attempted catch. And a part of me wouldn't be surprised if Louisiana decided to challenge that. They're not going to. And it's going to bring up a long 2nd down look here for the Revolution.
Robo has yet to notch a catch in this game so far. Utah, short drop over the middle. And that is caught and a first down. And there is B.E. Robo making his first catch of the game, and a very good one.
Yeah, and that's a great comeback from the missed first down. The play prior, as B.E. Robo is going to get his first actual catch of the game, and it's good for first down yardage, as Louisiana's now in London territory.
And now 3 tight ends for Louisiana. You see the gather in the box. Streeter up the middle. Streeter has a first down, making a shift and a move, and a tremendous run, gain of 15.
Yeah, Streeter there carried 2 London defenders a good 2 or 3 yards on his back there before he's finally brought down. Streeter there showing what he's more than capable of for this Revolution offense. And Louisiana now only a few yards away from the red zone.
Tommy Utah looking to tie this game. Cameron Collier checks in at fullback. Streeter again, this time on the left side. Collier gives him a good block. Streeter has another first down. A tremendous run. And Collier really opened up things there for Streeter on the second level, Aaron.
Yeah, there was definitely an opportunity, though, for Jeff Gagne to make a tackle there. Unfortunately, just not really able to get his hands on Reggie Streeter. Just too much speed there from the halfback. And Louisiana now finds themselves in London's red zone with just 19 yards to pay dirt.
We're in the last minute of the first quarter. So glad you're joining us here on For the Fans. Week 7 action here in the SFL. Louisiana taking on London. And Tommy Utah throwing to Streeter on the catch and run. And he's got a first down inside the 10, inside the 5, and finally dragged out of bounds at the 4-yard line. It's first and goal for the Revolution.
Yeah, and this is honestly probably the best look that Streeter has had all night from a receiving standpoint. Managed to get a good 15 yards there on the catch and run. Again, dragging multiple defenders before he's eventually pushed out. And Louisiana now finds themselves within a really easy striking distance of the end zone.
And a nice block by Cole Katz, the tackle on that run. Utah deep drop on first down, and down he goes. London gets a huge sack on what looked like a 9-step drop. And there's a little poor sportsmanship from Selwyn Lane, the rookie. Getting in Tommy Utah's face, letting him know about it.
Yeah, Selwyn Lane just able to get around the block of the tackle there in order to get the sack on Tommy Utah. Forces them a lot further back on this second down as it's going to go into the hands of Reggie Streeter, who's through one, and he scores!
Touchdown, Reggie Streeter. Cam Collier getting back in the game, and Reggie Streeter getting back into the end zone. And London's an extra point away from tying this game.
Yeah, just another nice swing pass there from Utah into the hands of Reggie Streeter. And Streeter, who was this that he blasted through? It looked like it was Tanner Hendricks. In fact, it was Tanner Hendricks that he just dragged to the ground. And Reggie Streeter getting it done through the air just at the end of the first here to tie this game, potentially tie this game up for the Revolution at the end of the first.
A restaurant quality straight arm from Reggie Streeter finding his way into the end zone. And Streeter already has almost 90 yards from scrimmage at this point. And that is the end of the first quarter. Bring that funky truck back for the second quarter after this short break. You're watching SFL Sunday Spotlight, presented by APM Music on For the Fans. Welcome back to For the Fans, SFL Week 7 action in London, England. Josh Circle, Aaron Alexander in the booth. Greg Soto and James Walters on stats. Thank you, gentlemen. Cameron Irvine producing. We are knotted at 10-10 after exactly 1 quarter of action. A lot of passing. And for one team, a lot of running. And now Saren Storm for London will get this out to the 25-yard line. And we'll see Johnny Pickler and company back on offense. Robert Merrill, the 10th-year halfback for London, has only 1 catch on the evening so far for 4 yards. No carries. And this has been... Go ahead, Aaron. Excuse me.
I was going to say, like I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Merrill's definitely been more of a receiving style halfback here for the London Knights, though he does get his first run here on first down, and it's good for 8 there. Tackle made by Take Bennett.
Robert Merrill officially joins the proceedings with that first carry of the game. Now 2nd and 2. And as we like to say here, Aaron, you can just open the playbook wide open here on 2nd and short.
Yeah, absolutely. We could see another run by Merrill. We could see the fullback get a grab here.
Wellman will stay in on 2nd and short. Merrill open on the left side, and that is a first down. Finally dragged down by Mike Ryan, but too little too late.
But it's London, so they're going to swing past it out to Robert Merrill, who gets the first down and more. A potentially touchdown saving tackle made there by Mike Ryan. And London now starting to drive yet again here early in the 2nd quarter.
Fresh set of downs for the Knights. 5 DBs on the field for Louisiana. Wellman is going to stay in the game at fullback. Just 1 wide receiver on the field for London. Pickler dropping and hit as he throws, and that's going to be called incomplete. But Louisiana getting pressure there. That's Luther Gond, the 3rd-year defensive tackle on the pressure.
Yeah, Pickler looking to get that screen pass out to Robert Merrill. Unfortunately, it just took a bit too long to develop, and Luther Gond's there to apply the pressure on Pickler. Definitely want to see more of that pressure from this front 4 of the Revolution.
And that was something Louisiana thought they would be able to do. They thought they could get pressure on Pickler. And Pickler throwing there on 2nd and 10, and Merrill drops an easy one. He is kicking himself, and I think the rest of the London sideline would kick him as well. 3rd and 10.
I mean, I'm just saying I would have caught that ball. But, you know,
can't crack jokes while I'm drinking water, man.
But a rare miscue from Robert Merrill as he unfortunately isn't able to keep his hands on that ball.
Very rare by Merrill. And now 3rd and 10, and Pickler over the middle. That one is caught. And London's got a fresh set of downs once again as they venture into plus territory. And that was Robert Merrill come up with a huge catch, streaking straight up the field.
And see, that's a catch I wouldn't be able to make. I don't know what it is about Gurats down the middle, but I can't seem to get my hands on him. But Robert Merrill, being the 10-season veteran that he is, able to make easy work of it before being taken down by, I believe that was Mike Ryan yet again.
And how about Pickler going right back to his running back after a sure drop and says, "It's okay, buddy. Just run out there between the hook zones and I'll hook you up." And does so there. And London back in plus territory. Short drop for Pickler at 1st and 10, and that is caught and complete. And I think that's Taylor Wellman, the fullback.
No, that's Benji Matson getting his first catch of the evening.
Benji Matson, come on down. You have officially made the stat sheet. And that's another first down there for Johnny Pickler and the Knights.
Yeah, Pickler and the Knights keeping with this up-tempo offense, keeping Louisiana on their toes, as it's going to be another swing pass out to Merrill, but he gets stopped short by number 22. That's Evan Arthur on the stop there.
Arthur, the 6-year cornerback. 3 tackles last week. 2 TFLs, 5 pass deflections, and an INT on the season. And you see Tank Bennett there, who had that unfortunate injury in week 2. Louisiana leading by 2 scores against Charleston. Tank Bennett went down. And Charleston connected on a couple long throws to eventually win the game. Pickler here on 2nd down. And that is caught. Brian Craven finally corralling the receiver. And that is Saren Storm.
Yeah, Saren Storm getting his first reception on the stat sheet being handled today by James Walters and Greg Soto, making us look good here in the booth.
Yes, thank you, gentlemen. We understand what a difficult job that can be. And now Storm, the only wide receiver in the formation here. Wellman and then Merrill. Pickler under pressure, finds Merrill on the right side, and is brought down behind the line. That is Doug Day coming up with a huge TFL, and that's going to send the London offense off the field.
And I think either Tank Bennett or Mike Ryan told Doug that Robert Merrill stole one of his Twinkies, and Doug Day's like, oh no, not today. And puts an end to it, and London is going to punt it away here.
Bit of a surprise from their own 29, but they do not have that big money kicker that so many other teams have. And Twin Screw is going to fair catch that at his own 12. Interesting decision there. We have seen some of these off-the-street kickers, if you will, make those kicks from distance, but London opting not to, and instead trying to pin Louisiana deep. And Aaron, I'd argue that didn't really work either.
Yeah, no, and Mick Longfellow has been one of those off-the-street kickers that's been able to make kicks like that for the Knights, and it's kind of surprising, admittedly, that they don't give it to him here, as Louisiana's going to hand this ball to Streeter, who picks up 4.
And Louisiana staying in that two-back set. Streeter will certainly accept the benefit of a full offensive line, and also Cameron Collier, a very versatile fullback. He came over to Louisiana last year from Lone Star. And Collier will stay in the game on 2nd and 6. Reggie Streeter on the right side. Reggie needs a block. He almost got it, but it's a first down all the same as he gets out to the 25-yard line with just over 6.5 to play here in the first half.
Yeah, and I think the lineman there, number 75, is just able to I kind of scare Rain Rhea a bit with the footsteps, as he's not really able to wrap up Reggie Streeter fully, and it takes a second man in order to bring him down.
Now 5 DBs on the field for London. Utah with a big throw, and that is Streeter. Or no, that's not Streeter. That's Collier, the fullback, catching a bullet pass from his rookie quarterback, and that brings Louisiana a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, the fullback there showing his soft hands for the first time for the Revolution. Just a really nice grab there by Collier. Keeps this drive going for Louisiana, who's going to look to try and take the first lead of this game here on this drive.
Collier will stay in the game in the power I. 3 wideouts for Tommy Utah. Streeter again up the middle, and Streeter met at the line. A tremendous hit there. That is Rain Rie coming up from a strong safety perch to deliver a no gain. Let's sneak over real quick to SFL Studios for an update. Cameron.
Thank you, Josh. Baltimore doing Baltimore things, Mike. Thank you, Josh and Aaron in London.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Mike. Collier gets the call on 2nd down. No gain again. And this time it's Selwyn Lane, the rookie, coming up with another huge play to force 3rd and long.
Yeah, really long 3rd down situation here for Louisiana. They've been trying on this set of downs to get something going with Reggie Streeter. London's defense has been completely prepared for it, though, as Tommy Utah shows gun here with 5 wide.
Oh, yeah. And here he goes, unleashing the dragon, and that is caught, but was he in bounds? They're going to say no. B. Robo had his feet on the chalk, and Louisiana's going to punt.
I honestly expect to see some laundry here.
I think he was clearly out of bounds, but, you know, challenge it. It's the first quarter. Why not? Or second quarter.
They're not going to. They're going to put this on the boot of the rookie Walter Melanishian here.
Melanishian, the rookie punter, 6 foot 215. And let's see what a big money punter can do here late in the second quarter. And that is returned very modestly by London out to the 28-yard line. Saren Storm taking his time getting up. Nice effort by Melanishin there to flip the field, and now Johnny Pickler will come back out on offense.
Yeah, this second quarter has been, honestly, it's been all defense. Both London and Louisiana's defenses forcing the other team to punt it away. It's been very, very back and forth here between these two teams as Merrill's going to get the run there. He's going to break a tackle and get down to the 38 for a night first down.
Robert Merrill, who started ever so quietly in this game, 1 catch and no carries for the first quarter, now is all the way up to 7 touches on the game. Johnny Pickler paying some homage to establish the run. Wellman's going to stay in at fullback, just 1 wide receiver. Saren Storm, the lone wide receiver. Pickler out to Merrill. Merrill needs a block, is not going to get it. He's going to be down at the 45. Let's kick it back to SFL Studios for another game break, Cameron.
Thanks, Josh. Mike, I see you're Irvin and raise you an O'Shaughnessy. Seven there, 10-10 in London. Josh.
Parity is a beautiful thing, Cameron. Thank you. Pickler hit as he throws on 3rd down. Or I think that was 2nd down, excuse me. Bringing up 3rd and 3. And Pickler wondering what happened there. Luther Gond, who's looking to probably build a condo there in that London backfield, comes up with another pressure.
Yeah, just some more great pressure by this by this Revolution front 4, as definitely want to continue to see more of that here from Louisiana.
And Pickler's going to go down. The pressure gets home again, and this time it's Derek Genko saying, "We really miss you in Louisiana. Please come on back, sir."
I don't think that was the case. I think that was this is for leaving Louisiana on the terms that you did. And London
got a shot in there too.
And London got to be forced to put this one away again. Quick note about that run by O'Shaughnessy. Man, I used to see those all the time back in Lexington. And man, I'll be honest with you, I kind of miss blocking for Bailey.
Not exactly Mr. Irrelevant, even though he was the last player taken in the Season 17 rookie draft. Twin Screws celebrating that punt return, getting out to the 38. And Tommy Utah will have 2 minutes and 40 seconds to travel 62 yards and reach the promised land for the 2nd time this evening. And he's going to start in the pro set. Cam Collier alongside Reggie Streeter in the backfield for Louisiana.
Yeah, they look to be in near formation here. Actually, it's going to be a swing pass out to Streeter, who steps out of bounds before any positive yardage can be gained.
Not a lot of room there to make the adjustment and turn upfield. And I'm not even sure that was a completion. That it will be 2nd and 10. Almost a negligible point. Streeter, the season 15 MVP, the cornerstone of this Louisiana offense, this Louisiana franchise, as a matter of fact. And Tommy Utah has time to throw. No, he does not! It's William Davidson and a host of others coming in on the sack there.
Yeah, and Davidson after the sack's gonna dance on Utah a little bit there. As Utah looked to try and throw that ball away before the sack, unfortunately just not able to get it out of his hand.
And Davidson moves into 6th place all time, a tie for 6th with Mike Johnson with 135 career TFLs. Congratulations to William Davidson, and congratulations to you for staying with us through the end of this break. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on For the Fans. Don't go anywhere. Oh, I will find you. Welcome back to For the Fans, SFL Week 7 action in London, England. Josh Circle, Aaron Alexander in the booth, Greg Soto, James Walters on stats. Thank you, gentlemen. Cameron Irvine producing. Tommy Utah in the shotgun on 3rd and 16, looking over the middle, and that is incomplete. Jeff Gagne, the inside linebacker, all the way down the field. A little bit off of his reservation in pass coverage there, and Louisiana is going to turn once again to Walter Melanishin to punt, Aaron.
Yeah, that ball tipped away by Rain Rie. Jeff Gagne with the football IQ to try and pick it off the tip. Unfortunately, Gagne not able to get his hands around it. And second verse, same as the first here in this quarter, as it's back-to-back punts here for the Knights and the Revolution.
For the 29, London is going to get dragged down. Sarah and Storm, nowhere to go. Let's go back to SFL Studios for a game break. Cameron and Mike.
Thanks, Josh. Denver pulling it together here, Mike.
Yeah, Nick Kindler, man, saved this football. Jack Whitmore drops back, looking for Ivory Irvin in the corner of the end zone, but Nick Kindler picks it off in the end zone, and Denver staves off a Baltimore drive, and that's only Whitmore's 8th interception of the season.
Some say I mute Mike on purpose. Do I? Find out at the half. Back to you, Josh.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Mike. Robert Merrill up the middle, has a first down and more, nearly breaks a tackle until Doug Day finally brings him down at midfield. And Merrill's slow to get up. Bit of a startle there for London fans, Aaron.
Yeah, an actual touchdown-saving tackle there by Doug Day, though. The other strong safety, Tank Bennett, was there to try and wrap Robert Merrill up. Robert Merrill just says, no, I'm getting all of the yards. You cannot stop me. And Doug Day's like, but I can.
Taylor Wellman will stay in at fullback. Seen a lot of this set, surprisingly, from London. Merrill again has blockers, has another first down, is inside the 40-yard line, and London's going to hurry up.
Yeah, and this is not what you want if you're Louisiana. You don't want London to go into the hurry up here, especially if you're in a defensive formation that's not ideal, as they're going to swing it out to Merrill again, but he's going to get stopped in the backfield.
Merrill outran his blocker on first down, and now it's 2nd and long. And they're going to hustle back. This is an odd set, Aaron, for them to be running a hurry up in.
Yeah, I absolutely have to agree with you there. London needs some kind of incomplete pass or timeout in order to get out of this. Merrill's going to catch the swing pass again, but he's going to get dropped yet again, and that is going to be a timeout from London. That tackle made by the rookie Chance Wall, the defensive tackle.
Hey, there's a graphic coming up at the half. Cameron Irvine and Mike St. Green break down the first half of the Revolution and Knights. Get a look at St. Green's midseason awards and provide an update for Baltimore between the defending champion Nightwings and the unbeaten Vultures. It's all coming up on the APM Music halftime report. Johnny Pickler now with 3 wide receivers to his left, and that is a catch and another first down for London. And they're going to hurry up one more time despite having 2 timeouts. Sarah Storm on the catch.
Yeah, and Pickler clearly liking what he sees out of this formation. Going to hurry it up here again. Ball down the middle. That one's going to be caught. And Sarah Storm on the catch yet again. And London's going to call another timeout here with 20 seconds left. The question here, though, is does London try to go for a touchdown here with 20 seconds left to go in the half? Or do they give it, put it to the boot of Peter McLongfellow to take a 3-point lead into the half here?
Well, I would like to go into the halftime period with a lead. But you've got 4 plays here, 20 seconds. The clock almost does not matter. I would like to see him take at least 1 shot at the end zone, maybe 2. Wellman's going to stay in at fullback with 3 wideouts for the 4th-year pro, Johnny Pickler. Deep drop on first down, and it's a toe-touch grab for Vin Calia on the left side. And that's going to get them all the way down to the 4, Aaron.
And he does fall out of bounds, which is going to stop the clock here. Pickler and co. definitely looking to go into this with that 7-point lead, like you mentioned. However, this is dangerous territory here, because realistically, all Louisiana has to do is cover the entire end zone in coverage.
Pickler under center for 2nd and 4. And look at all those Louisiana bodies in the end zone. Merrill around the right side. He can't turn upfield, and he falls into the end zone. Did he get in before his knee went down? They're saying yes, touchdown for London.
I'm definitely going to need another look at that here. There's the spin move.
Ooh.
The ball does cross the line as his knee touches. So I don't think we're going to see any laundry here, as Merrill gets receiving touchdown number 2 on the day. That's not true. That is not true. That is his first of the day. I believe it was St. Green that got the first.
That is correct. Like St. Green on that long pass earlier in the first half. And now Robert Merrill adds to the total as well. McLongfellow doing his part. The extra point is good. And London is enjoying a 7-point lead at home with just 12 seconds before the break.
Yeah, Louisiana does have potentially at least one opportunity, maybe one or two, to try and throw a deep ball downfield. I don't necessarily think that's going to be a smart call. They may just give this ball to Reggie Streeter to see if he can get it done on the ground. As Twin Screw
from his own 10.
And Twin Screw's going to get up to the 33.
And now with 8 seconds remaining, Tommy Utah may or may not try to go for all the marbles here on one shot.
I don't think that's smart, I'll be honest with you here, Josh.
And London has 3 sacks on the evening already. And that's another situation you don't want to put your quarterback into, especially with the luck with injuries that Louisiana's had. They're going to hand it off to Streeter. And we are going to see a timeout. That's going to be on Louisiana. Not sure I understand that one, Aaron.
I think it's because they want to try and go for it now that there's only 3 seconds left in the game. So I think the smart play, or not necessarily a smart play, but the play that they're going to call is a Hail Mary with Utah at the helm.
Well, they only gained about 5 yards of range. And we're going to see a
Power Eye is
set
an
in the
interesting
backfield
choice here.
Very interesting, especially after the timeout. Streeter does get the call. And he's going to get a first down, but then finally dragged down by Anthony Wayo.
But that's going to be halftime.
That's going to bring us to the intermission. And what a game we've got brewing here in London. Johnny Pickler facing his former team. Second half action coming up after the 8 p.m. Music halftime report. We'll see you then. Until then, stay tuned for Cameron and Mike.
Welcome to the APM Music Halftime Report. Along with Mike St. Green, I'm Cameron Irvine. Another tremendous half of SFL action, Mike. 17-10, Louisiana leads London London leads Louisiana. I'm sorry, Mike. Jeez, calm down. And the answer to your question, the halftime trivia question of do I mute Mike on purpose? No, I do not. Sorry about that, folks. But Mike's back with us, and it was a great first half. Very competitive.
Yeah, Cam, it lived up to all the hype that, everyone was expecting. Came out, fireworks. Teams traded field goals on the first possession. Teams traded touchdowns on the second possession. The defenses kind of, took over there for a little bit in midway through the first and early second. And, London was able to pull off a big touchdown there at the end of the first half to Robert Merrill and to go up 17-10. But, man, this game has lived up to the hype.
Yes, it has. And Baltimore and Denver going on the SFL Twitch channel. That game's been pretty interesting. 14-7. Baltimore has the lead over the defending champs, but Denver has made some great plays. Can't stop the post, though, can they?
Yeah, Cam, I mean, ordinarily, this would be our feature game. The past two champs, Baltimore undefeated, Denver the defending champs. But, yeah, they've hung tough in this game. They had a big interception there in early midway through the first to stop a second Baltimore touchdown, but they did answer back. And, yeah, man, this post pattern that they're running, it doesn't matter if it's Ivory Irvin, Daley Holder, or Matt Chima, teams all over the league, and particularly today, Denver's having a hard time slowing down that post pattern, and Baltimore is going back up 14-7.
Yeah, Baltimore up 7. We'll keep you posted. Now it's time for Mike St. Green's mid-season awards. We're certainly looking forward to that, and here they are. Mike St. Green here to defend them. Where you want to start, Mike? How about with Wigmore in action right now, your mid-season MVP?
Yeah, let's just start at the top of the list, Cam. But I tell you, man, this was not an easy list to compile once I was, tasked with doing this. And but yeah, Jack Wigmore, I just feel like his numbers are too hard to ignore. He's second in the league with, yards passing, first in the league with 21 touchdown passes. But the most impressive stat that he has is only 7 interceptions. He did throw his 8th here in this game today. But, man, he's just been super efficient. Baltimore have been a machine on offense and extremely tough to stop, drive in and drive out. It's just a challenge to stop this team. And basically they're led by Wigmore, who's, he's just a walking 400-yard machine. I mean, every game he typically has 400 yards plus.
Now, what's going on with nominating yourself as the best free agent acquisition? What is happening here? Where's your objectivity, Mike?
Cam, everyone knows me. They know I call it like I see it. And, MSG is putting up great numbers as we saw today with a great touchdown.
Oh, my God. You're actually going to defend this. Unbelievable.
Yes, I'm going to. You threw it out there. I guess I have to defend it. But, yeah, I'm being utilized in that offense, Cam. So, hey, we'll roll with that.
Staff front office, this one was interesting, Mike. First, before I move on, do you want to throw anybody else out there, give anybody else some love on the free agent acquisition side?
Yeah, Cam, I've given you this list, and then I actually went back and thought about it, and I would be remiss if I did not mention the Queen City Corsairs. I mean, that front office has done an extremely great job over there. Obviously, they're still undefeated at this moment going into Week 7. I mean, you talk about Chris Comasack, B.J. Lovelace, Hubba Kimbrell, I think, is over there on that staff. Andre Krim, who went over there. I mean, these guys basically were all totally new and brought in and have done a great job over there at Queen City. And then, of course, Los Angeles is on the list as well. These guys were, the reason why I put them on the list was they were brave enough, Week 3, I saw a lot of these guys down there at the convention, and they were pretty much convinced at that time that they needed to make a change, even though that they won that game that week and the offense was struggling. They said, hey, we need to make a change, and they did. And they've been on a roll up until this week. They took a tough loss, but, just the courage of the staff to make that move. That's why I felt like they deserve some midseason recognition.
While you were talking, Sir Ron Yates, the 4th, just got another sack. Literally just got another sack. He's your defensive MVP.
Yeah, this was another tough call, but I mean, Sir Ron, we had him on a week ago. It was a tough choice, but he kind of made it easy at the same time because he's doing what he's doing week in and week out. As you just mentioned, now added to his league leading sack total, of 12 with now 13 sacks. I did give a honorable mention to his teammate Giovanni Bolt, who leads the league in interceptions with 9. And one of my teammates, Tanner Hendricks, he's right there in the mix, I think, as well. A couple of pick sixes, and he has 7 interceptions to go to his credit so far this season as well.
Now, low key, I think you could also put, if you didn't put yourself on best free agent acquisition, Jay Martin, Lone Star. He's been fantastic, and they got a narrow win, and he was a big part of that too.
Yeah, as you know, my old Jacksonville teammate, and Jacksonville decided to make wholesale changes, and Jay Mart was one of those changes. But man, Jay Mart has really put on a great show, moving over to Lone Star, leading the league in tackles. He had a great game last night as well. We saw his name being called quite a bit. So yeah, it was a huge free agent pickup for Lone Star and picking up Jay Mart. He's filled in nicely, coming over there, solidified that linebacker core.
Last guy I want to chat about today, Dave Burr. Houston lost today, but it wasn't because of Dave Burr. Dave Burr had a phenomenal game. He did throw a couple of picks, but they were both one-on-one jump balls. I mean, you can't really blame a guy for that, but he fit that touchdown into Greg Corky in quadruple coverage earlier, and I mean, they almost pulled out that comeback.
Yeah, Cam, Dave Burr, he's my early offensive rookie of the year. And I was, searching for someone to, maybe say, oh, well, yeah, could justify putting up against him. Maybe Eric Price with Denver. He has a very good completion percentage, but he just does not have the, the touchdown numbers and the yardage to match what Dave Burr has done early this season. I mean, and one big compliment to him is that, right now, DRCM is second in the league in yardage, so that means someone has to be throwing him that ball. And we saw DRCM also go over a milestone today, but maybe that makes it easier for him throwing to a Hall of Famer like that. But yeah, Dave Burr, I mean, he's having a great start to his rookie campaign.
Don't look now, but Denver's in the red zone right now against Baltimore. They're still down 14-7, but Bailey O'Shaughnessy, another candidate for Offensive Rookie of the Year, is averaging 14.6 yards per carry against that pretty stout Baltimore run defense. So Denver has figured some things out. That game should be good down the stretch. When we come back from this commercial break, we'll send you back to London. They lead Louisiana 17-10 at the half. The ever-exuberant Josh Zirkle and Aaron Alexander on the call of that one. Mike and I will see you back here at the end. And for game breaks all afternoon long, no, Mike will not be muted from here on out. Although, I don't know, to my dismay, but, the show must go on. Anyway, 17-10, London leads by 7. We'll be back after this. You've been watching the APM Music Halftime Report on For the Fans.
Welcome back to the second half. Louisiana at London. Week 7 action in the SFL presented by APM Music. Josh Zirkle, Aaron Alexander in the booth. Greg Soto, James Walters on stats. Thank you, gentlemen. Cameron Irvine producing. And Louisiana receiving to start the second half. And Mike Twinsker will take this at his own 10-yard line and get out to the 30. Bit of a generous spot there as Tommy Utah and company go back on the field on offense, Aaron.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see how Louisiana decides to run their offense coming out of the locker room here at halftime. Pretty balanced attack for them in the first half. We'll see what happens here on drive number 1.
Extremely balanced, you might say. Utah will throw on first down, looking in the corner, and that is caught. A tremendous throw to Chase Earl on the corner route. And already a big gain of 17 to start the second half for Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana taking a bit of a call out of the London playbook here on that nice outpost route to Chase Earl. And Tommy Utah with enough time in the pocket thanks to that offensive line in order to get that pass into Earl's hands. And Louisiana's coming out looking to try and get back into this game quick.
Bunch formation to Utah's left. Streeter in the backfield all by his lonesome. Utah will throw again, this time on the right side, and that is intercepted. Brandon Ewing comes down with a pick, and he's got a bit of a return as well, getting this out to the London 45, the first turnover of the game for either team.
Yeah, that ball just a bit underthrown by Tommy Utah, intended for the hands of Garrison Blue. And Brandon Ewing's just in the right place at the right time. And for the first time this evening, we see an interception from one of these two relatively pass-happy quarterbacks.
Pass-happy and relatively interception-prone as well, particularly Pickler. With a deep drop on 1st and 10. Throw it to the right side this time, and that is caught. And I believe that is Saren Storm over there on the right side with a gain of 17 of his own to start the thing for London in the second half.
Yeah, Pickler out here almost taunting Tommy Utah with that throw. Anything you can do, I can do better, and in double coverage. And London now, after the interception, is going to look to extend their lead even further.
Already in plus territory after just one play. Pickler, who has re-energized this London Knights franchise, according to London head coach Chad Rowland. He said what happened in Louisiana was whatever. And Pickler over the middle, a little bit of whatever there is deflection by Chuck Diesel. Intended for Matson, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Chuck Diesel been relatively quiet on the defensive front here for this Revolution defense. Him picking up his first pass deflection on the stat sheet here.
And there you see the multiple wideout set, 3 to the right side. Pickler in the shotgun on 2nd and 10. 6 DBs on the field for Louisiana. 4-man rush for the Revolution. Volleyball in the secondary, and Mike Ryan cannot come up with a pick. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it was a very dangerous ball there from Pickler. Louisiana, unfortunately, not able to get any of multiple pair of hands on that ball for the interception, but it's going to bring up a long 3rd down here for this Knights offense.
Pickler will stay in the shotgun. Robert Merrill to his left. Bunch formation to Pickler's right. Dime look for Louisiana. 6 defensive backs on the field for them. 4-man rush. Pressure coming to Pickler, and Pickler has to hustle the throw. Nowhere to go. Chuck Diesel given the old incomplete sign. And here comes the punt team for London.
I mean, admittedly, I don't necessarily know why Chuck Diesel's celebrating that one. Pickler literally threw it into his back. But,
hey, it still counts. Still counts.
Yeah, it does still count. But London going to be forced to punt it away here.
It's only fair to give it proper credit for having such a large back.
Fair enough.
Pressure on the punt. London gets it away. And that's going to bounce inside the 10. We might see a nice little downing there. Did he go to the end zone? No, they're going to spot it at the 4. Tremendous special teams play by London. And Louisiana is going to take over in the shadow of their own goalpost for their second drive of the second half.
Yeah, that's that special teams player very, very fortunate that he didn't slide a bit too far into the end zone here. But Louisiana deep in their own territory now.
That was Zach Goodman, the backup strong safety. And now Utah will hand to Streeter, who starts his run in the end zone. And he will be sacked for a loss of 1, or taken down, if you will. Let's go to SFL Studios for a game break. Cam and Mike.
Thanks, Josh. Coming into the season, Wigmore had only 7 picks. He's got 3 now, Mike, on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, Cam, the MSG curse is real. Just gave this guy midseason MVP, but Nick Kindler has done his homework. Second interception of the day. Denver's hanging tough.
14-10 Baltimore still. We got a couple of nail biters. What else is new? Back to Josh and Aaron in Queensway.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Mike. Reggie Streeter up the middle for a short gain on second down. Brings up 3rd and medium. And now Cam Collier checks in for the Revs. Utah, short drop over the middle. That is caught and held on somehow by Mike Twinscrew, who got hit by Jeff Gagne as the ball came in, first down.
Yeah, just an impressive catch there by Twinscrew in order to maintain possession of that ball after the hit by Jeff Gagne. And Louisiana finally out of the shadow of their own goalpost here with another first down.
Collier to the bench, trips to Utah's right. Streeter to the backfield by himself, short drop on first down, and that is caught. Chase Earl doing some dirty work over the middle, is going to gain 8 yards. Swing those arms, my man. 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Chase Earl continues to be more of the possession-style receiver here for the Revolution. He's going to get the call there with the route up the inside. And a manageable second down situation here for the Revs.
Utah with 1 interception on the evening already. Will come out with 2 backs and just 1 wide receiver. Chase Earl to his right. Streeter. Nowhere to go on short yardage. Shut down at the point of attack. There's a handful. That's Max Scarborough, the outside linebacker, who got there first, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, Tony Roberto, the other outside linebacker, also in the mix there. Still a manageable 3rd down situation here for the Revolution.
You see London clogging the box there, Aaron. They're going to see Louisiana in this offset eye. Streeter again, trying to find a hole. Finds one. Gets free. Out to midfield. And finally dragged down. They're going to spot him at their own 49-yard line. Max Scarborough finally caught him after a great run by Streeter.
Yeah, Streeter here after the initial contact up the middle by Selwyn Lane just finds a huge opening here. And unfortunately, I think just a little more speed there, and Streeter may have found himself in the end zone for the Revs. Instead, it's going to be 1st and 10 from just shy of midfield.
And it looked like Selwyn Wayne slowed Streeter up just enough for Scarborough to close and make that tackle. Collier checks back in. Streeter up the middle. Nowhere to go. And Selwyn Lane is in on that tackle as well, along with Cam Frosby, the snowman. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they the Knights definitely kind of have this run of Louisiana, save for that run by Streeter two plays ago, mostly in check.
And now Robo will get a gain of 5 there, 3rd and 5. And Aaron, Louisiana's been doing a little bit of everything. From what you see, are they doing one better than the other? Maybe passing better than running, or vice versa?
To be honest with you, it's about even on either end. At least in this quarter, though, the run hasn't been as effective as the pass.
And Streeter on the pass there, not quite effective enough. Gets to the 43, but is still well short of the line to gain. And we're going to see another Walter Melanician masterpiece. Can the rookie punter pin them deep?
Yeah, and I think we have to definitely think that London is trying to keep as close an eye as possible on Reggie Streeter here, as that punt
Oh,
Not
so
going to be
close.
down close enough, as it's going to be a touchback, unfortunately, by the Revolution. Sets London up at their own 20.
Melanishin gave his guy a chance to get to it, but did not quite get the bounce that he was looking for. And now, Johnny Pickler, who's 23 of 30 on the evening, 2 touchdown passes, 1 to his halfback, Robert Merrill, was in the backfield by his lonesome on 1st and 10. 5 defensive backs for the Revs. Pickler will throw on 1st down, under pressure, evades, and then it's finally brought down by a pair of defensive linemen for Louisiana.
Yeah, that's going to be Derek Jenko and Luther Gond combining on the sack there, and it's a long one for the Knights, an 8-yard sack. It's going to set up a really long 2nd down situation for the Knights.
The 2nd sack of Pickler on the evening. And Pickler usually benefiting from great protection, Pickler throwing to the right side this time. Merrill makes the catch. He brings it in, but has nowhere to go. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
Yeah, still a long 3rd down situation here for London. Still behind the original line of scrimmage. And realistically, this may be London's undoing. We'll see what happens here.
6 defensive backs for Louisiana. Pickler has a bunch set to his left. Short drop, throws to the right side. And that is caught. And I believe that is the backup wide receiver again doing his thing. Amite Jafunkte. And Jafunkte, I believe that is his 2nd catch of the evening. But not enough. And here comes the punter for London, Bono Wilkinson.
That would be Speedy, actually, there for
Webster Speedy,
London.
thank you.
Yep.
Wilkinson gets this out to the 38. Twin screw, spin move, and somehow gets out to midfield. What an impressive punt return by Mike Twin Screw. You go ahead and celebrate that, young man.
Yeah, that was a really nice return there from Twin Screw to get that actually into London territory just inside of midfield.
Greg Soto in the stats truck pointing out Louisiana 0 for their last 5 drives. Punt, interception, end of the half, punt, and punt. A touchdown from Streeter seems like a distant memory. Streeter trying to create some new memories there, creating some running space. It's a gain of 8 on 1st and 10, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Streeter there with another impressive run. London, I think, still kind of focused in on trying to contain Streeter. It may open up some opportunities for the deep ball here.
Streeter up the middle, has the 1st down, ran it to his own lineman. And Streeter can't seem to avoid being blocked by somebody at any point. That was Joe Thornton, the backup guard, who found some playing time today. And look, he's got a chance to break that before Thornton gets in his way.
Unfortunately, Thornton let that initial block up a little too early before Streeter was able to get past him. May have potentially prevented Streeter from getting some extra yardage there on that run.
Utah, 4 wide receivers. Throwing to the right side this time, and that is Garrison Blue. Breaks the tackle, is free down the sideline, and gets into the red zone. A tremendous catch and run by Garrison Blue.
Yeah, Garrison Blue has been relatively quiet here in this game. That's just his 2nd catch. But in this one, he makes it count. A nice 18-yard catch and run with that broken tackle. Puts Louisiana into the red zone for the first time in a long while.
And you see the passing efficiency there from Reggie Streeter. And he's going to do it on the ground here on 1st down. Has the 1st down, 10-5 touchdown. Reggie Streeter not touched on his way to the end zone. And Louisiana an extra point away from tying this up.
Yeah, I think London more prepared for the pass. And the offensive line of the Revolution just doing their job, opening a wide open hole, basically parting the Red Sea here for Reggie Streeter. A good block there as well by Cameron Collier in order to allow Streeter into the end zone untouched. And Louisiana, looks to tie this game up here with an Otis Boudreau extra point.
Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League, and SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. The kick from Boudreau is good. And once again, Aaron, we are knotted. This time it's 17 apiece.
Yeah, these two teams here playing a game of table tennis, it looks like, with how back and forth this game has gone. Pretty much every time London has scored, Louisiana has answered back. This time it does take a while for the Revs to get that answer, but it's tied up here again late in the third.
Sword Storm at the 25. That's where Pickler will take over when we come back from this short break. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music on For the Fans. Welcome back to For the Fans, SFL Week 7 action in London, England. Josh Zirkle and Aaron Alexander in the booth. Greg Soto and James Walters on stats. Thank you, gentlemen. Cameron Irvine producing. Johnny Pickler in the shotgun on 1st and 10. We're here in a tie game, 17 apiece, and what a shot! Delivered to the London receiver. Brutal athleticism on display here, Aaron Alexander.
Yeah, that was Chuck Diesel on the hit there. I believe that ball caught by one of the backup receivers in Rocco McLovin.
A fan favorite, to be certain, here in jolly old England. Pickler, short drop this time on 2nd and short. Over the middle. That is somehow caught. And that's going to be a fresh set of downs. Mike St. Green, the greatest free agent acquisition of the offseason, according to one SFL pundit. And that'll be a first down.
Yeah, St. Green just absolutely stretching for this ball from Johnny Pickler. Manages to keep it in his hands despite getting hit from 3 different sides by the Revolution. As
Tremendous.
London now approaches midfield.
St. Green obviously played for Jacksonville in season 16, came over with a slew of other free agents, lured by Chad Rowland. And there's another catch over the middle. And London rolling on this drive. That is Saren Storm coming up with a huge catch. And again, London has a first down.
Yeah, London going with what has proven to be their modus operandi here in this game. It's just been these quick 10, 15-yard passes that Louisiana hasn't really had an answer for so far in this game.
And now just one wide out on the field for London. The Pickler's going to throw anyway. Under pressure, Merrill gets the outlet pass and is dragged down by Evan Arthur. They're going to spot him at the line of scrimmage, so it's not a TFL, but a tremendous effort by Arthur, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, tremendous effort by Arthur indeed. Unfortunately, London not able to get anything off of that short screen pass.
Pickler, short drop on 2nd and 10 to Merrill again, this time on the right side. Merrill a little more productive, getting out to the 33-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and medium.
Yeah, the swing pass to Merrill there proven much more effective than the screen as Merrill picks up 5. Currently 51 yards for him through the air, make that 56 after that play.
Easily Pickler's most targeted receiver with 13 catches. Robert Merrill. Wellman will come back at fullback. 3rd and 5. Going deep for it. That's intercepted. Louisiana gets a turnover here. And that is Rolliman Hood, the 7th-year quarterback, coming up with a big play.
Yeah, Rolliman Hood gets interception number 35. Definitely one of those you have to be wary of, though. He currently leads the league all time in interceptions for touchdowns, but in this instance, he comes up big for this Revolution defense, stopping London from getting into the end zone.
Points off the board for Rolliman Hood, his 2nd INT of the season. And now Utah with a short drop on 1st down. Hit as he throws, somehow caught. And that is Chase Earl. You're watching the ball flutter into his hands and somehow sneaks away for a 1st down.
Yeah, Chase Earl, again, has been this possession style receiver for the Revolution. He proves it there with a nice grab from Utah, who, despite being hit as he threw that ball, manages to get us to the end of the 3rd.
Matt, may I have some 4s in chat, please? Tie game here in London. Who's going to come out on top? Find out when we come back. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on For the Fans. Welcome back to For the Fans, SFL Week 7 action in London, England. Josh Zirkle, Aaron Alexander in the booth. Greg Soto and James Walters on stats. Thank you, gentlemen. Cameron Irvine producing. Tommy Utah driving. As we catch the Revolution mid-drive here in the fourth quarter. Utah with a short drop on 1st and 10, and it's twin screw with a big spin move to get out close to midfield. A tremendous catch and run by the third-year wide receiver, Aaron.
Yeah, what a spin move there by Mike Twinscrew to get around the corner, Tanner Hendricks. And Twinscrew, not a move you necessarily see that often from him on the receiving end, but a great heads-up move there in order to get some extra yardage and bring Louisiana now close to midfield.
Now the ball's on the logo. Tommy Utah in the shotgun. Cameron Collier in the game for the Revs. Utah dealing to the right side now. And I think that might be B.E. Robo making a catch there. Yes, his 4th of the evening. Nice gain on 1st down, 2nd and 5.
Yeah, a nice grab there by Robo to keep this manageable here for Louisiana. They're on the London side of the field now.
And now the Revs going heavy set. Bringing the backup tight end into the backfield as well. Streeter up the middle. Streeter very close to a 1st down. He's going to be stopped just short by Anthony Wyo, who played his season 16 ball here in Louisiana, or in Louisiana rather. Now 3rd and 1. Who's going to get it here, Aaron?
Realistically, again, it's a case of I could see this going to Streeter. I could see Callier getting the call. Louisiana may throw us off and decide to throw a short pass to Garrison Blue to get this first.
It is Streeter. Streeter gets around, has a 1st down and more. Will get out past the 40-yard line to the 38. And the clock continues to run. Now less than 10 minutes to play here in regulation. And congratulations to Streeter, who earlier moved into a tie for 5th all-time with his 95th rushing touchdown, tying Pete Bruschi on the all-time list. Congratulations to Streeter. And now Tommy Utah on the spread. Streeter gets a call one more time. Will be brought down for no gain. And Aaron, I'll let you talk now.
Yeah, that was Jeff Gagne filling that hole there. You mentioned as the clock continues to run, Louisiana is definitely, I think, at this point, content to try and get this clock as far down as possible. Try and allow London, despite them being able to score in a short amount of time, as little time as possible to try and get back to this game if Louisiana does take the lead here.
And that time does tend to evaporate here in the 4th quarter. Streeter on the outlet pass, running toward the sticks. He's brought down by a pair of defenders. That's Wyo and Tanner Hendricks once again. And not quite 3rd and short here, Aaron. More like 3rd and medium.
Yeah, definitely manageable, though. Louisiana has proven to be relatively efficient on converting these 3rd downs. They currently sit 5 of 9 compared to London, who's 2 of 8 on 3rd down conversions currently.
Cam Collier back in the game. Utah in the shotgun. And they will throw here. And there is wide open receiver. As Utah puts that ball right on the money for B.E. Robo. And it's another Revs 1st down.
Yeah, B.E. Robo with just a nice route there to get in between the coverage scheme of the Knights. And Louisiana finds themselves in London red zone for the 2nd straight drive.
Back to the spread look. Utah again dealing to the right side. Deflected! Outstanding play by Brandon Ewing, who already has an interception in this game. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Brandon Ewing just with a great read on that ball in order to get a hand on it to deflect it away. As you mentioned, already an interception here in this game. Potentially looking for number 2 there. Unfortunately, just not necessarily in a position to do so on that play.
And we'll see how Louisiana responds and maybe becoming less risk averse with a potential game go-ahead field goal on the horizon. Utah throwing on 2nd down, and it's complete. And that is going to be really close. No, they're going to give him the 1st down. It's going to be 1st and goal. Michael Napoli, the backup tight end, coming up with a big catch and run.
Yeah, the backup tight end there, Napoli, like you mentioned, coming through with a massive massive play for the Revolution on that second down. Manages to get the first as well. Sets up a really, really nice fresh set of downs here for the Revs.
And Collier comes in, the power eye for Louisiana. And a deep drop for Utah. First down, going to the end zone, deflected, and then finally falls. Intended for Chase Earl. My goodness, yes indeed, Aaron. Little drama there in the end zone.
And that was a dangerous ball intended for Chase Earl. 3 different hands. I believe there was Wyo, Tanner Hendricks. Who was this lad? Telemax Scarborough, all in the area to potentially intercept that ball. Unfortunately, not able to get their hands on it. Brings up second down here for the Revs at the London 10.
And that's a Tampa 2 type of drop there for Scarborough. Listed as an outside linebacker, but has been playing between the tackles extensively this evening. Now 2nd and goal. Double tight ends for Louisiana. Cameron Collier back in. Utah, is he changing the play? There's the handoff to Collier, who's going to get it to the 7. And now it's 3rd and goal. Clock continues to run, less than 7.5 to play here in regulation.
Yeah, good 3-yard run there from the fullback, Cameron Collier. Definitely smart, I think, to try and get the clock running again. But a long 3rd down situation at the end zone here for Louisiana.
Louisiana lines up here fairly quickly. They snap it with 15 left on the play clock. And there's the pass to Streeter inside the 5, but nowhere to go after that. Telemax Scarborough back on the scene once again, and it looks like Boudreaux time for the Revs.
Yeah, and I believe Anthony Wyo was there to kind of hold Reggie Streeter in place to allow Scarborough to make that tackle. And unfortunately, Louisiana here not able to hit the end zone. But barring this relative chip shot from Boudreaux, that would be 2 straight drives. They've made it into the London red zone and have scored from it.
Boudreaux 13 of 16 coming into the game this evening. He's been perfect tonight. And the kick is up, and it is good from 20 yards. Otis Boudreaux stays perfect. It gives his team a 3-point lead.
Yeah, and Louisiana now takes their first lead of this ball game with 6:36 left to go here in the 4th quarter. And London, of course, is going to be keen to respond, especially after the pick on that last drive by Rolliman Hood.
Boudreaux boots it away. And that will go into the end zone. And Soren Storm will bring it out, get to the 20. And brought down at the 25. Let's go to SFL Studios real quick for a game break. Cam and Mike.
Thanks, Josh. Mike, Quintero got him down there. Bailey punches it in.
Yeah, Cam, Jared, no, that's not Jared McChesney. That's Bailey O'Shaughnessy doing his best Jared McChesney impersonation. 2nd touchdown on the day. Denver within 4.
But Giovanni Bolt just got a pick for the Vultures as that game still middle of the 3rd going back and forth. Back to Josh and Aaron.
Pickler throwing on 1st down. Thank you, Cam. Robert Merrill nowhere to go. They're going to spot him a yard. And Aaron, if I am not mistaken, that is going to be Pickler's 31st completion of the game, which gives him 1,000 career completions. Congratulations to Johnny Pickler hitting 1,000 completions, an impressive career milestone.
You would be correct on that. That hit made by Brian Craven, almost forcing him back a couple yards further, but gets spotted at the 9.
And Pickler nearly picked off on 2nd down. Brian Craven right there. Knew exactly where that ball was going, and now it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, that one right into his hands yet again. Unfortunately, hit his hands a little too hard, I think, not able to get his hands on it. As a long 3rd down situation here for the Knights.
4 wideouts here. Pickler in the shotgun. 6 defensive backs on the field for Louisiana. Pickler has time going over the middle, and that is caught. And I think that's Storm, and he's going to be short. They're going to spot him at the 34. 4th and 1 with just over 5.5 to play. Aaron, do you go for it here? I would hum Jeopardy music if I wasn't afraid of getting sued.
A part of me wants to say yes, but I think with 5.5 minutes left to go and your defense able to to hold the Revolution relatively in check. I definitely think punting here, which is what they're going to do, is the smarter play.
Bono Wilkinson will get it away without pressure. Twin screw rating at his own 30. And they will give him the 32 before going down in a heap on special teams. Visit the SFL's YouTube channel at youtube.com/SimulationFL for an archive of every game, every draft, every moment you might have missed since the SFL got its start in 2013. SFL YouTube features top 10 plays of the week, archive people behind the players segments, and all the major milestones in league history. And that's all on the SFL's YouTube channel. Tommy Utah trying to get a YouTube highlight there, and he's got one. Chase Earl with a big connection there, back into London territory.
Yeah, Chase Earl, again, tends to be more of a possession style of receiver for this Revolution offense. That time, though, a great route behind the coverage, gets in deep. All Tommy Utah has to do is step up and make the throw, and he does there. A nice play from Utah into the hands of Chase Earl, and they're in London territory yet again.
And now less than 5 minutes to play here in regulation. Louisiana going to the heavy set. Utah throwing again. Streeter catches it in stride. Spin move. Gets a first down and more. Inside the 30, 20, 10, and finally dragged down at the 8-yard line by Anthony Wyo. It's 1st and goal for the Revs.
Yeah, Anthony Wyo with a big touchdown-saving tackle there. He's up to 14 total on the day. And man, what a play here by Streeter. Gagne tries to dive to wrap him up, doesn't get his hands on it. And Wyo's there. Frosby, the defensive tackle, right behind him, trying to make a play. A good effort there by the big man.
Impressive effort. 6'4", 310. I couldn't run like that. I'm at least a little under 310. Streeter on 1st down. And that is, they're going to say the ball was out after he came down. And Tanner Hendricks, among others, on the tackle.
Yeah, I wish I could make runs like that as a fullback. Unfortunately, I just keep getting speared at the line of scrimmage. But a nice play there by Streeter to pick up a yard at 2nd and goal here on the London 7 for the Louisiana.
The touchdown here is going to make London's life significantly more difficult with just over 4 minutes to play. Cameron Collier in the backfield in front of Streeter. And Streeter gets the call to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Hendricks there again. This time joined by Tony Roberto, 3rd and goal.
Yeah, Streeter gets another yard again, but this goal line blitz style set from London has proven effective against this run so far, as Louisiana now with another 3rd down situation. They need the end zone though.
Split backs for Louisiana. Streeter again has a block but needed one more. And they're going to spot him at the 5 for 4th and goal. And I think it might be Boudreaux time, Aaron.
I absolutely believe it to be so. London doing a great job in the red zone, not allowing Louisiana to get into the end zone. But this is 3 straight drives now for the Revs where they've gotten into the London red zone. And again, barring this attempt from Boudreaux, have scored each time they've made it here, at least in this half.
This will be a 22-yard attempt. Spot is down, kick is up, and it is good from 22, and the lead is 6 for Louisiana. Coverage of the Simulation Football League's 17th season on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday, September 11th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, honoring the military service and sacrifice. Louisiana hosts defending champ Denver, followed by Lone Star hosting Los Angeles. Bonus coverage includes Arizona, Vancouver, and DC, Portland. It comes your way next Saturday on Next Level Sports. Johnny Pickler and the London offense are going to try and find the next level here after this Soaring Storm kickoff return, which will be spotted at the 23 with 2:48 to play in regulation.
Yeah, and Soaring Storm has definitely been soaring here for this London offense. Currently 6 targets with 6 receptions for 73 yards. Has been the leading receiver so far for this London offense. We'll see if they can get anything going here on this drive.
4 wideouts in the game for Pickler. Benji Matson, the tight end, lined up to Pickler's right. High snap. Pickler handles it. Twist from Louisiana. And that's a completion over the middle, just down the left hash marks. And London's going to hurry up.
Yeah, it was Vin Kelly on that reception there.
They're going to stay in this spread look, this trips look. Pickler pump fake. Fooled the lineman. And that is deflected before it could get into the hands of St. Green. Evan Arthur will get the PD. Looks like we've got some laundry on the field.
Yeah, probably defensive PI, I would imagine, called on Chuck Diesel. And London going to accept that penalty for the extra yardage and the first down. So an unfortunate flag there for Louisiana.
And that may be the first penalty we've had of the game, Aaron, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're correct there. It's been relatively clean between these two teams, despite the bad blood between some of these players in the press leading up to it.
A spirited affair, to be sure. And now Pickler under center for 1st and 10. And St. Green makes the catch, but cannot turn upfield. The gain of 4, 2nd and 6. London in plus territory.
Yeah, in plus territory, thanks in part to that pass interference call earlier. And London still has all 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning to try and make something happen here.
A touchdown, an extra point would give London the lead. Anything short of that would almost seal the victory for Louisiana. Pickler on 2nd and 6, throwing to the left side. Calia again. He's going to be just short of the sticks, 3rd and inches.
Yeah, and importantly, the clock is still running. So I think this play by Calia is going to take us to the 2-minute warning unless Pickler hikes this ball quick.
He's also up to the line, but he does not get it. That will get us to the 2-minute warning. Can Johnny Pickler defeat his former team with 2 minutes remaining? Come back and find out. You're watching the SFL presented by APM Music on For the Fans.
Welcome back to SFL Studios here in a game break. What a play here for Denver to tie the game, Mike.
Yes, Cam, following Wakemore's 5th interception, which is almost his whole total for the 17th season. Price finds Bryce Bell in the end zone, and Denver has tied this game.
Eluding sackers all over the place. Now back to the conclusion of London, Louisiana. Bonus coverage of Denver, Baltimore coming up next.
Thank you, Cam. Thank you, Mike. And welcome back to London. Josh Circle, Aaron Alexander in the booth. Greg Soto, James Walters on stats. London driving down the field, trailing Louisiana, and Johnny Pickler's going to throw it away on third down. Interesting decision there. Aaron, 4th and inches.
I'm surprised they didn't run that ball on 3rd and inches with Robert Merrill. Definitely a capable back, able to picking that up. But being we're inside of the 2-minute warning, we may see them go for it here and do just that here on 4th down.
And a big 4th down here. Wellman back in the game at fullback. A lot of DBs on the field for Louisiana. Pickler's going to throw it. Over the middle, it's caught, and it's a fumble, and London's going to recover. Mike St. Green jumping on the ball, and I'm sure we'll see a review here.
Yeah, I believe that was Benji Matson on the catch. I think...
That's a catch.
I think you're right. I believe that is a catch. What a break for the London Knights, as they're now in the red zone with under 2 minutes to go and are looking to try to take the lead in this game.
And the clock will run since London retained possession. 1:43 and counting. Pickler throwing on 1st down, finds Merrill in the flat. Merrill turns upfield, spin move, inside the 10, breaks the tackle, inside the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. Unbelievable catch and run by Merrill.
That was, what, 4 or 5 broken tackles by Robert Merrill on that catch there with those spin moves?
One.
Man.
And then another spin move, a double spin move there. Remarkable agility from the 10th-year halfback.
And Benji Matson in the chat just can't believe what he's witnessed. And honestly, neither can I up in the booth here, as London's going to look to take a 1-point lead with 1.5 minutes to go.
I was just going to say, he's not the only one by any stretch, as Peter McLongfellow will attempt to tie this game. Or take the lead, excuse me. The game's already tied. Kick is up. And it is good, and London leads by 1 with 1.5 minutes to play.
Here's the thing, though. Louisiana, all they have to do is get into Boudreau's field goal range, and this game is theirs. It's realistically on London's defense in order to try and prevent Louisiana from getting to that point. Boudreau, a very, very capable kicker.
Absolutely. Coming up on the post-game update, we'll send you the bonus coverage of Denver-Baltimore, and then back to SFL Studios where Cameron and Mike will analyze a late slate and preview tonight's remaining action. Coming up on the post-game update, the Twin Screw with a nice return here. It's going to get out to the 33, and that will ease the burden on this Louisiana offense. And there you see the graphic for the post-game update. Queen City still undefeated. 6-0 going for number 7. You'll find more about that on the post-game update after bonus coverage. And now Tommy Utah with 5 wide receivers looking to drive down the field for a win. There's a catch by Twin Screw, a spin move of his own. And he cannot get out of bounds. Brandon Ewing with the tackle, or maybe he was out of bounds.
He did get out of bounds, Josh. And a note about undefeated teams. Baltimore in the game going on SFL Twitch, also looking to go 7-0 here. Denver, though, has proven to be very, very game, only down 7 in the third, as Louisiana on the 2nd down is going to look to continue to drive toward field goal range for Otis Boudreau.
Absolutely. Utah in the shotgun. Unleashing the dragon and nearly intercepted.
Brandon Ewing looking for INT number 2 there. Gets a great read on the route. Unfortunately, not able to bring it down, as Louisiana, with a long 3rd down situation, they've been pretty consistent on their pickups, though. Currently sit 6 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. Look to get one here.
Reggie Streeter off the field. 5 wide receivers in the game for Louisiana. Utah in the shotgun, has time. Throws to the left side. And Louisiana is going to get to the sticks. And they're going to hurry up with 1:13 to play.
Yeah, that was Hooper Xavier, the backup receiver, getting that for the 1st down.
Utah with a big shot there and a catch by B.E. Robo, and Robo's inside the 30.
Yeah, Louisiana definitely within field goal range now for Otis Boudreaux. But with time remaining, they may try and get even closer, potentially even get into the end zone.
And this brings Reggie Streeter back into the game plan, Aaron. But Utah's going to throw on first down. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. And it's Frosby the Snowman taking the white-clad quarterback down to the ground. And the incomplete will stop the clock.
Yeah, Frosby there was just some great penetration through the offensive line in order to get to Tommy Utah. Realistically, if you're Louisiana, I would just give this ball to Streeter and let him try and run as much clock out as possible.
And I'm stunned that they didn't do that on that last play, Aaron. Now Streeter in the backfield by himself, trips to Utah's right, and they will go to the outlet with Streeter. And Streeter will get maybe a yard. Clock continues to run. Tommy Utah's going to try and milk this down as far as he can. Louisiana has all their timeouts. Throwing on third down. Dangerous throw, and it's caught. That is Garrison Blue with a tremendous catch. No, that's Robo again. Excuse me.
Just another absolutely impressive catch there by B.E. Robo. Clock still running, and they're going to give it to Boudreaux.
They're not going to take a
8 seconds
timeout.
left.
You're kidding me. They're going to hustle this up. 4 seconds. They've got to snap this now. And there comes the timeout. Oh, my goodness.
Are they trying to ice their own kicker, though, with that timeout? That seems like a strange call for Louisiana. I don't... What's going to happen now?
You've got all 3 timeouts. There's no bonus for degree of difficulty in the SFL that I know of. Go ahead, give your special teams unit a chance to get set.
Well, they definitely have the time to get set now after that timeout by Louisiana. A relative chip shot here for Otis Boudreaux. We'll call it 29 yards. He's definitely hit from that today.
Spot is down. Kick is up. And it's good from 29 yards as time expires. Louisiana wins on the road in London.
What a back and forth game this has been. London manages to take the lead with just under 2 minutes to go, and Louisiana drives all the way downfield, puts it to the boot of Otis Boudreaux for 29, who puts it away with no pressure despite a weird clock management style from Gerald Smith. And Louisiana comes to London and beats their old quarterback in its new hometown. Oh man, what a game.
Congratulations to the Louisiana Revolution. Aaron, your thoughts on the game?
I'm still trying to catch my breath from that last series of events here. Josh, it was back and forth all day. Both teams taking back-to-back scores at each other. 4 of the last 5 drives ended in points for either team, but Louisiana is able to make it happen there. I'm honestly impressed with Louisiana. They've looked pretty good all season, and now they're able to get it done against a very, very impressive London team, but they weren't impressive enough today.
After all the bad luck that Louisiana had earlier in the season, especially with injuries, and it looked like we might see more of that with Reggie Streeter and that mishap with the official in the first quarter, how appropriate that their rookie quarterback, Tommy Utah, on the road in London, in the digs of their previous quarterback, now watching Utah drive the team down the field and secure a game-winning field goal as time expires. The drama was off the scale. The anticipation for this game was off the scale. And dare I say, Aaron, this lived up to the billing. Pickler finishing with 383 passing yards, 3 touchdowns and a pick. Tommy Utah right there with him, 319 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 pick. But my goodness, Aaron, what a game Reggie Streeter had.
Yeah, 164 yards on the ground, 72 yards receiving. Good for over 250, I believe, on the game. It wouldn't surprise me if his face shows up here as your final player of the game. In fact, he does do so. And honestly, he deserves it after the game that he had against a very game London defense.
Congratulations again to Louisiana. For Greg Soto, James Walters, Cameron Irvine, and Eric Alexander, my name is Josh Circle. We're going to send you to bonus coverage right now of Denver and Baltimore. Michael Turillo and Andy Hamilton on the call. Good night from London.
If not for that, he might have been gone.
He slowed up, and the arm tackle actually pushed him back inside a little bit. If he would have been outside, he might have been dancing. A big play there from Denver to slow it down. And hey, hold him to a field goal. It's still a 2-score game. So for Denver's defense, lock it up.
Free play for Baltimore. Wigmore over the middle. That's caught for a first down. It would have been a first down anyway if free of the penalty. Ivory Irvin picks that up. We welcome those of you who watched Louisiana defeat London on For the Fans. This is Baltimore and Denver. My name is Michael Turillo. Andy Hamilton is alongside me in commentary. You've missed a good one if you haven't been flipping back and forth between the games. Baltimore had a 10-point lead at the break. Denver battled back to tie it up at 24, and Baltimore, in the span of 2 minutes, got a touchdown on a one-play 75-yard drive, an interception, and a touchdown to make it a 2-score game, and they're looking now to potentially go up 21 a minute into the fourth quarter. Pass to the end zone, intercepted! That's the third of the game for Nick Kindler, and the second one that's taken a touchdown off the board for Baltimore.
6 for Jack Wigmore and Turillo. I almost misspoke earlier in the game and said he's doubled his interception total. Well, now he's 1 away. He threw 7 coming into this game all season long here in Week 7. He's thrown 6 more today against this Denver Nightwings secondary, and it gives Denver a second life here and gives the Nightwings the opportunity, down by 13 with 10 minutes to go, to fight their way back into this football game.
6 interceptions, and they're still up by 14. Denver, look out, Eric Price. He's going down again. He barely got the pass away.
And that's been the other story of the game, is the Baltimore defensive front. Al Walker getting in there. Didn't get his sack. If he would have, it would have added to the total for this front four. They have been all over the field flying. Another hurry for them, and it forces Eric Price to just get rid of it.
Second and 10. Price forced to move in the pocket. Throws in front of Logan Keel, and Keel hangs on to it with one hand. Makes it a third and a manageable 2. But Denver's third down conversion percentage has dried up in this game. They're only 4 of 12.
Price moving left, throwing right, one-hander to set up this big 3rd and 2. They need the conversion here. Bump man, watch the bottom of the field to either the tight end or the running back.
Up the middle, first down. Bailey O'Shaughnessy barely got that one.
Fooled me, Turillo. I mean, hey, if you've gone to the bottom of the field against bump man with a tight end on the field, why not run it right up the middle? Beautiful play call. Ooh, run it to the bottom of the field right now.
That would be a strong side behind the fullback. Mills, O'Shaughnessy goes that way, picks up a block, but he's caught from the backside by Frank Smith. And that's a key involvement from Smith.
Yeah, Smith has been all over the field today, and O'Shaughnessy just strung that one out a little bit. He's had a ridiculous day, over 150 yards on 18 carries, 2 rushing touchdowns, another 50 yards via the air on 6 catches, but could not for the life of him get open on that one. Second down.
This time they swing it out to O'Shaughnessy. He cannot get beyond the first defender, and it's 3rd down and 3.
But it's a great second down play, Michael. They don't need the first down necessarily. 7 yards to set up for a more manageable 3rd down is much more of a preference than an incompletion or something. So beautiful play, now 3rd and manageable.
Second straight 3rd down on this drive. Price middle, and that's just dropped.
Yeah.
Riley Quintero had the first down, and he just had it bounce off his hands.
Yeah, he has to catch that, right? I mean, it hits him right in the oven mitts, and he can't haul it in. Price, I mean, gives him a chance, and I don't know if he might have heard the footsteps of the defender right there, but you got to make that grab. And if you're Denver here at the 37-yard line, down by 13, I think you punt this one.
Matty Wiseman on the field to punt. There have been some incredible highlights in this game. The tip interception to himself from Isaiah King, the long passing touchdowns from Baltimore, chiefly the one play 75-yarder, as Bolt doesn't get much on that return, only out to the 34. O'Shaughnessy going wild with 2 touchdowns. There could be a top 10 plays of the week just from this game.
Yeah, the spin from Price in the red zone, and then he throws a touchdown to evade the sack. That one was huge, too.
Baltimore in the chat asking for a run. It is Hazard. He escapes with 2 spin moves, and he gets down the field. Jimmy Hazard, you are an absolute wizard. What a score for Baltimore. And they go ahead by 3 touchdowns.
Wow, a huge play to potentially put this one on ice. Incredible running up the middle.
Baltimore looks like they're going to pull away. They're up 43-24. That concludes coverage of the Simulation Football League on For the Fans here in Week 7. We will see you next Sunday for Week 8 action. For Mike St. Green, all the broadcasters, all the players, all the fans, all the coaches, all the owners, I am SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine. You can continue watching the end of this game on the SFL's Twitch channel at twitch.tv/FTFnext, twitch.tv/SimulationFL, and on twitch.tv/FTFnext. More SFL action continues this evening. For all of us at the Simulation Football League, I'm Cameron Irvine. Good night, everybody.